What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Black Ink Crew Season 8, Episode 2, De-Wigged, okay? So basically, this episode, we touch on Caesar. He's coming off the aftermath of his birthday, and he having issues with Quani, and Poon was having issues with Quani and that whole situation, and wanting Caesar to come down there and talk to her. Eventually they do talk it out. Quani just not really feeling Caesar, and it's understandable, especially when you pig-headed, strong-headed, and all that stuff, or whatever, headstrong, whatever you want to call it, and you so set in your ways of feeling that a person did you wrong or whatever. It's going to take more than you simply coming down and doing whatever half-ass apology that you did. And Caesar didn't mean in no way, because he don't feel like he had no parts in it. So even though you kind of did, but at the end of the day, both of y'all was in the wrong, okay? Both of y'all did what y'all did to each other. So Quani, just like Donna needs to get over it, let it go. Your man working with him, he can mend his relationship with him, and they've been friends forever and known each other longer than you've been in the picture. So you can at least attempt to try. I didn't say go ahead and just automatically say yes, I forgive you and all this stuff or whatever, but you can attempt to try. And that's what she's gonna try to do. She said I can go with the flow with this, but that don't mean that I forget. Girl, ain't nobody tell you to forget. Okay, sometimes you gotta remember stuff that people do to you. Keep that in the back pocket or whatever, so you can be aware of how this person moves. You know what I'm saying? So you can be on your toes. Okay. But anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of Caesar, he has to watch his daughter for a couple of weeks or so, because his baby mother Crystal, they're on good terms now. The communication is better. They had their ups and downs in the past, but now everything is good. She's going to have surgery, facial surgery. She's going to have jaw surgery, actually. They're going to break her jaw because she has a terrible... I ain't going to say terrible. She has a very bad... Okay, underbite. Underbite is the one when it comes out, because I have an overbite when my the teeth is over the bottom teeth, the top teeth over the bottom teeth. I have an overbite. A lot of people have overbites, okay? But hers, we see how her jaw is or whatever. And Caesar, they said, she said they going in and realigning her jaw. They gonna break that bitch and then realign. I said, bitch, I was with Caesar. What you need to do that? You can die on the table. You can do all this stuff. But at the same time, I get her frustration. I understand where she's coming from. He talking about is plastic surgery. She's doing something to make her feel more beautiful to herself, okay, and to others as well. But mostly it was the self-esteem issue. She doesn't feel beautiful. She doesn't feel like she's pretty enough for anybody. She hasn't really been with anybody since Caesar. So she's getting that done, and I understood where she came from, because it's a lot of people that male or women who have gone through and feel a little bit of insecurity about the way that they look, and how people may perceive them, and that's just natural. Okay, you can say, oh, it don't matter what people think or whatever. We can say that till the end of time, but it does affect people. It does affect you just a little bit. Some people more than other. Okay, you want to be perceived as beautiful, especially when you got all these images of certain people, these beautiful people on these magazines and these billboards and these videos and movies and all this stuff, and you don't fit that mold, and it's like, what's wrong with me, because this is who everybody's gravitating to. She also, I hope that she gives herself time, once she finished going through this, that she goes to a little bit of therapy or whatever, because she has to come to terms with some of the things that she's probably gone through in her childhood, given the way that she perceives herself or whatever. So, that was a cute moment when he was with his daughter. She was like, you can come pick me up. You drop me off at school before. No, you drop me off at school after we go to the coffee shop. We gotta go to the coffee shop. We gotta go get this stuff. And it was like, wait a minute. You got this tea. Where's the sugar at? I said, baby, you don't need no sugar. No shade. We don't need no sugar. Okay? Get that unsweetened stuff. Steve's looking like, Pick her up. before we go home, we got to go to the convenience store. Daddy, you didn't even get all the stuff that you got that I told you to get. What is going on with you? He looking like, get out the car. Get your ass up out the car. I said that's what it is to be a parent, okay? You know, they'll try your nerves. They'll try your nerves. I think she was doing that on purpose, but I like the scene. Moving on from that, what else is going on in this episode? We have Skye. Skye is down there in Miami still, and she was supposed to be on her way back to New York because Caesar wants her to be more involved in Black Ink a little bit up there. And so she's dealing with the aftermath of what happened between her and her son Des. And so her friend Allison comes out there to the beach with her, and she's talking about everything that's going on in the way that she's feeling. And, you know, she just don't want her sons to hate her. And don't nobody, I don't care how you feel about Skye or whatever. You gotta understand that nobody wants their child to hate them or whatever. But Skye, you also need to understand that you play a part in that. Your actions and the history and keeping things from them, and you know, things that you probably regret, that you look back and you think that you could have, I see why I went wrong this place and I could have did better this place. And I just want to know, did they ever have a sit down and actually talk things out? It don't seem that way, like a real talk, get everything out there. But at the same time, you can't force a person to like you. You can't force a person to be with you, to understand where you're coming from. Sometimes you just gotta let that person go and let them you know, find it themselves, come to you. That's what you have to do. And she had to call Caesar and let him know that she won't be down there, and telling him what was going on with Des and all that. And you know, he understood. But moving on from that, speaking of some more sad news, we got Kitty. She was supposed to be on her way back to New York. But remember last week she said that her mama was going through her last round of chemo. Her mother has a history of cancer. This week we find out the mother had been rushed back to the hospital and she was in ICU. In the way that they're saying it is basically, you need to come on down here because it's not looking good, you know. And she said her mom been having, first got cancer. She got uterine cancer, I believe. In 2015, she went into remission. It came back as lung cancer, went into remission, and then it came back again. It had spread to her brain. And so, you know, she's just going through it. And that was just a real sad scene. Given that I know somebody that's currently going through, you know, cancer and all that, yeah, that really touched me. So, But anyway, I was glad that she had a friend to talk to, even if it was Tati. Okay. Um, I just had to throw that out there, even if it was Tati. But whatever, that was a humanistic ass scene. So I appreciate that. Moving on from that, what else went on in this episode before? Okay, I talked about Porn, talked about Kitty, talked about Skye, Bay. Bay is going through it, y'all. Okay, listen. This what happens sometimes when you get into these quick ass relationships and you think everything's gonna be all perfect or whatever, and you don't truly know the person. Okay, they present one face to you, and then all of a sudden they get a little bit comfortable enough to change that face and show you their real face. Okay, and I'm not necessarily saying that that's what happened with Rob and you know, Bay, but okay, I got his name right. It's Rob. Okay, I called him Joe last week. I said Joe. What was I looking at this? Joe. But anyway, Rob, you know, he was going through whatever he was going through after he lost his job or whatever. He got injured at work and he couldn't work. And you know, it feel like he could be taking it out on Bay. It could be some other issues that's going on. They're still in the process. I don't care if you're with a person for a year or a little bit over a year. You still don't truly know that person. You still getting to know that person. And they probably still in that process. And they just figuring out some things that they can't deal with or whatever. And you don't know what else is going on behind the scenes, or that's leading to him acting the way that he's acting. That's leading to her to act the way that she's acting. We just don't know. You just know that they got into a really bad argument and he left the house. And then she said he has a history of doing this. When they get into an argument, he'll leave. Okay. On the one hand, I'd rather him leave the house instead of blowing up and then one day just hauling off and hitting her ass. But on the other hand, it's like, you know, stay there and fix the problem, okay? Or at least try to talk it out to a point where we can minimize it just a little bit so it's not so heated. You know, always leaving and leaving and leaving, that's not fixing the problem. The problem is still there once you come back, okay? You just putting a patch over it. You now obviously it's not fixed because y'all keep having the same thing. Bitch, going through it. Oh, anyway. Whew. I had a moment because, girl, speaking truth to my life. Anyway, moving on from that. Her mother comes down from Korea, comes over from Korea, South Korea, I should say, and she tells her about what's going on. She didn't want to tell her over the phone. And I do love the fact that her mother was saying that she was going to be there. Mother's here. And she, you know, even told us about how divorce is looked down upon in South Korea. And it's understandable. Nobody wants to get a divorce, you know, but things happen. And she made it up in her mind that that's what she wants. She wants a divorce, okay? And I said, oh, she needs her mom to help her because she was like, you're the only family that I got. And so mama said she'll be there for her. But oh, shit gonna change next week. Mama gonna be mad, okay? Mama told her that she was disappointed in her. Girl. That my mom would have told me some shit like that. Whole spirit would have just been gone, okay? You what? I'd have been like, bitch, I don't, you know what? You be doing this and you be doing that. Okay, girl, what? Okay, blah, 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 blah. And giving her all this fever, giving her all this attitude, and all she got to be like, you know what? I'm so disappointed in you. And I'd just be like, you know, it'll get you. Okay, it's those words. I'm not mad, not angry, but that word disappointed, it does something to you, girl. It does something, at least to me. Okay, but anyway, you know, that was going on. Oh, the whole thing with we found out what that boy name was. Q. Okay, I said, why was he all over Caesar at the birthday party and everything? Okay, that's his new little assistant. Okay, and so because he did such a good job getting the birthday party and everything together, Caesar said he can get some ink. He was gonna give him some ink, but he chose between Crystal, Mike, and this other new tattoo artist to do a little competition who can come up with the best design in 5 minutes, 5 or 15 minutes or whatever. And so, you know, they did what they had to do, and he picked Mike, and they was kind of flirting a little bit. And we found out Q was from Atlanta, and Mike was like, okay, we got to show you around and all this stuff. I was like, oh, all right. You know, that's cute. Do what you got to do. Then we get to this whole shit with Walt, Jessica, and Donna. I'm not even finna spend that much time on this because, girl, no. At the end of the day, Walt had a girlfriend or a girl that he been seeing on and off for the past few years, all right? Her name is Jessica. And now I guess he's in a full-blown relationship with her. She comes to the shop and everybody looking like, damn, what? Like, we didn't even know that you was in a relationship, let alone that you was seeing anybody, let alone being in a real relationship. So they was all cool with it up until Donna was like, wait a minute, I know you. You the girl that helped Justice jump me like 4 years ago or whatever. And see, here's the thing. Donna did exactly what Donna does. She keeps making drama where there is none, making an issue where there was none, or dragging something out or making something bigger than it is, okay? Yes, it's messed up that y'all got into a fight. Obviously, the girl thought it was over or didn't think nothing of it because she didn't bring it up. Okay, that you should have took that as a respect for a minute because she didn't bring it up. She didn't come down on no malice. She wasn't trying to start nothing with you. Okay, she was there to see Walt, and she was respectful to everybody. You know, and so even when you brung it up, she was still trying to be respectful to your ass. Okay, she even offered to apologize to you. You wouldn't take the apology, and I understand what's going on. I understand you feel a certain way because you got jumped. You feel like you got jumped, and then to add salt to the wound, the girl said she wasn't even Dutch's friend. She was there with Walt. Walt called her there, and so she was like, "You was like the ops." You know, this was at the time where Duchess wasn't, I mean, Donna wasn't on the inside. She wasn't really cool with everybody in the group. I remember that whole fight that happened, okay? And so, um, that's what happened. So she was like, I'm on the side with the people I came with. So that's why she was fighting for Duchess or got involved. Should she have? No. So she was wrong in that aspect. She was trying to apologize, but your ass didn't want the apology. Okay, talking about something you should have came to me 4 years ago. You gonna apologize to somebody else that you fought? That you know you should have. You're not the type of person that do it, so don't expect the next person to do it. Okay, y'all not that mature up in this piece. You definitely ain't. And so at this point, she's so far up in her feelings trying to relive this whole thing and make a big issue out of it. Yeah, you got jumped. Yeah, feel some type of way. I feel some type of way. But if the person is not coming at me with a whole bunch of hostility, like she still wants some fever from me or whatever, why would I give her that same hostility back? Especially acting as if the stuff happened 4 minutes ago. No, okay. I'ma be in my feelings for a second, be like, what you did was foul as fuck. You didn't even know me and you put your hands on me. But the type of person that I am, I'll hear the bitch out and let her apologize to me. And then I dead the shit right there. That don't mean that we cool. That don't mean that I forget. But that means I ain't got no issue with you for right now until you want to bring me an issue. Okay? But of course, Donna, being Donna, just take it above and beyond. Walt having a little time in his life, having a good time, saying that this girl is the best thing that happened to him and what he's in a happy place. And you can see it on Walt's skin that boy is in a happy place. And I love happy Walt, okay? Because he really went through some things. And then, for Donna to come in and being all in her feelings, not saying nothing to Walt, and then we find out that Walt fucked her too. I said, damn, Donna, you did everybody in the shop. Everybody, okay? But girl, you just homie hopping. They called Skye to Mixie when she first came in. Girl, that's your title, okay? That is your title. Trixie much. But Walt going to back, do what he gotta do with the tattoo artist, and then Jessica show up and they get into it. I was like, if you have that much of an issue, you step outside. That girl didn't even come in trying to give you no fever. You just having or wanted a reason to be upset. And I don't like people like that. Yeah, feel some type of way, but learn how to act. You would think after all these years you would know. It's like real stupid. And then the shit that she gonna tell Walt next week, girl, if you don't get your ass up out of here, who the fuck are you? Okay, go home and take care of Alex. Go put an icy hot pad on his back. Okay, that's what you need to do. Rub that bitch and then go to sleep. Okay, girl, y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode. If I mixed anything, put it down in the comments. Peace. But before we do that, let's just put it in the comments, okay? How would you have handled the situation like Donna and Jessica? Do you get where I'm coming from? More like me would try to still feel away, okay, because you did put your hands on me but I hit a bitch out. I let her apologize for her actions or whatever, but I still keep my eye on her, but I ain't finna start no drama, okay? Or would you do it like Donna? Which one? Okay, y'all put it down in the comments and I'll see y'all later. Peace.